What's up, guys? Welcome back to the after credit scene. I'm Rodney, and we're counting down the top 10 Easter eggs from episode 2 of Falcon and the Winter Soldier. As always, don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel here on YouTube. Hit the notification bell so every time we drop new content, you'll be the first ones to know. Let's get right to the Easter eggs. We're going to start off with the end credit Easter eggs because some of these are new and some of these were probably evident in the last episode, but we didn't really have time to cover all of them. One of the end credits shows some references to the Sokovia Accords, but there's a random addition that may or not be new information from the Sokovia Accords. It reads, "Information regarding the Enhanced Humans Act must be turned over to Major Donovan." The note at the top reads, "According to Thaddeus Ross." Could this mean that General Ross is hunting mutants or Inhumans? We may not know, but this is a very interesting addition, especially if it's part of the Sokovia Accords. Next, there's another end credit that reads, "Forces from neighboring Madripoor are committing human rights violations." I would take this to mean human experimentation. If that's true, that means that more than likely Dr. Malice, and by extension the Power Broker, are living in Madripoor, and neighboring countries are aware that there are some pretty nefarious things going on. Speaking of Malice and the Power Broker, we get a reference to them as the Flag Smashers are trying to escape, and one of them loses their life in an effort to escape the Power Broker. Could this mean that we're going to get a look at Curtis Jackson, or maybe Dr. Malice as well? Or maybe the Power Broker is just a reference to a larger organization with a lot of moving parts. It's going to be interesting to see how they play this. My guess is that there is Dr. Malice somewhere in the world, probably in Madripoor, and we're going to get a good look at him because he's too big of a character and has too many connections in the Marvel Universe to throw off to somebody else. In addition, he's responsible for a lot of super soldier experimentation and for the formation of a new Falcon in the form of Torres and super soldiers in the form of Battlestar and a U.S. agent who is John Walker. Speaking of John Walker, at the beginning of the episode, as the new Captain America is welcomed onto Good Morning America, we hear the band playing Star-Spangled Man with a Plan. This is a throwback to the Captain America First Avenger movie, although it's interesting that the title of the episode is not Star-Spangled Man with a Plan, but simply The Star-Spangled Man. This is very telling since neither Sam nor Bucky have a plan throughout the entire episode, and Bucky makes a point to call Sam out on the fact that he has no plan, and John Walker is very concerned about living up to the legacy of Steve Rogers. The title would have you believe that he is the Star-Spangled Man, but he falls short of the full title, and thus short of the right to be called Captain America. We were also introduced to several new characters this episode, one of them being Battlestar, who is Lamar Hoskins. This character in the comics is a sidekick, don't call him that, of Captain America, who becomes U.S. Agent. He is experimented on by Dr. Malice as well, along with U.S. Agent, and becomes a super soldier. Maybe we'll get to see that reveal before the end of the series, and maybe we get to see a fight among our super soldier heroes before the show's over. Another character we were introduced to is Isaiah Bradley, who was the first black Captain America. He was experimented on during the Tuskegee experiments and was actually jailed by the government when he dared to use the title of Captain America. Not a bright time for the Marvel Universe, but I really applaud the MCU and Kevin Feige for including these references and addressing things like police brutality in America and the inequality of persons of color, not only in America, but within the history of the comics as well. There's also a blink and you'll miss it character introduction in the form of Isaiah Bradley's grandson, Elijah Bradley, who in the comics becomes the super soldier known as Patriot. This is most definitely a Young Avengers inclusion, and maybe we'll see more of him in the future. A quick look at the posters on the wall as the Flag Smashers enter their hideout, and you'll notice that the man that's giving them asylum is a car mechanic. There is, however, one mysterious poster that has nothing to do with cars or mechanic work, with a odd-looking drawing on it that simply says "Get Ready" in German. We're asking you guys if this drawing and the poster mean anything to you. Perhaps it does, but maybe it's nothing more than foreshadowing of the Flag Smashers' purposes in being there in the first place. Next, as we see Baron Zemo's cell, the word for cell in German is Zelle. But the number for the cell, 2187, is actually the exact same number as Princess Leia's cell in the Star Wars movie. Kevin Feige has a very public love and affinity for the Star Wars movies, and the Marvel Universe has been known for sharing Easter eggs from the Star Wars universe, particularly in Phase 2, when almost every character loses an arm. Finally, as we see Baron Zemo, we get a quick shot at his chessboard, which to me says that Baron Zemo is always moving the chess pieces. Now, this Easter egg has a little bit of a twist to it, as the egg is not totally within this episode. Disney released a sort of behind-the-scenes teaser commercial on Instagram, and it gives some closer shots of some things that we saw in the trailers, but a little closer up. One of the shots shows a close-up shot of Madripoor with people walking on a catwalk. If you look closely, and if you pay attention to the swagger of one of the characters, it is obvious that these characters are Bucky, Sam, and Zemo at the front of the pack, leading them to some place. My guess is that Bucky and Sam have some responsibility in breaking Zemo out of prison, and Zemo is going to lead them to Madripoor, where they can meet with the Power Broker or perhaps Dr. Malice. Tell us what you guys think. Did you find any other Easter eggs? We're dying to know. Join us in the conversation in the comments below. Share this video and subscribe to our channel. We'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.